Welcome back to the deep dive. If you've ever had to manage inventory, staff drama, or, that terrifying moment when the reservation system goes down, running a restaurant is a true high-wire act.
It really is.
It's a labor of passion, yes, but it's also just this impossible balance of logistics and massive overhead.
It is. And the central challenge in hospitality really is keeping those tables consistently full,
Right.
but without requiring owners to sacrifice every single waking hour to do it.
Our mission today is pretty simple then. We want to extract the core formula, maybe find the most actionable shortcuts for driving revenue from this material.
Exactly.
We need that growth playbook that doesn't demand a 24/7 commitment to marketing everything all at once.
Well, the premise here is that while revenue growth isn't easy, there is a very clear and repeatable formula. It rests on three core pillars.
Okay.
Achieving a really ruthless strategic focus first, then establishing concrete mechanisms for deep loyalty, and finally, maintaining a consistent daily marketing routine.
And our job is to figure out how to put those pillars into practice effectively.
That's it.
Okay, let's unpack this. We all romanticize the industry, right? The perfect plate, the bustling dining room. But the source material, it quickly shifts the focus from aesthetics to survival. And the first insight, which I think is just brilliant, reframes the competition entirely.
It does. It suggests your biggest rival isn't the trendy bistro down the street.
No.
It's the customer's own fully stocked kitchen. They have the option to just stay home, save some money, and, cook something familiar.
So the primary job isn't to be better than the competition next door. It's to give your customers a compelling and undeniable reason to put their apron down, get off the couch, and actually come out.
Exactly. And that immediately reveals why the term restaurant marketing is so misleading. I mean, the strategy for a quick service taco truck is operationally and psychologically just worlds away from a fine dining spot.
Right, you have to know if you're selling a necessity or a luxury.
That's the core distinction.
If you're that quick service lunch spot, catering to busy office workers, you're filling an essential high-frequency need. Your customers are price-sensitive.
And your marketing has to focus relentlessly on volume, speed, location.
But if you're the high-end steakhouse, you're selling a want. You command higher prices, but the visits are rare. Right. They're reserved for those high-touch milestones like an anniversary.
So does that mean their retention strategy should focus more on, say, status rather than just simple discounts?
Absolutely. The sources stress that trying to apply a volume-focused strategy to a high-end brand is just, it's going to destroy your image.
Right.
Following that generic advice leads to wasted budget because a necessity and a luxury, they have nothing in common operationally or promotionally.
And this leads us to what is really the ultimate profit truth in hospitality.
Which is?
Acquiring a new diner is incredibly expensive. You have to pay for the ad, the social media effort, just the work to get them through the door. The real compounding profit, it lies in keeping a regular.
Regulars are the heartbeat of profitability.
That's the phrase they use, the beating heart.
That makes perfect sense. But if we need to focus on retention, we first need new people to retain. And here's the problem. Independent owners, they face information overload. We know we should be doing TikTok and Instagram ads, local PR, email newsletters, but no one has the budget or the bandwidth to master all of it.
And that's the challenge. The source materials are very clear on this. If you spread yourself that thin trying to do all those things,
You do none of them well.
you do none of them well. You achieve nothing, really.
So the mandate is cut through the noise. Choose one specific strategy, what they call a hero tactic, that aligns perfectly with your brand.
And commit to it.
And just commit to executing only that one thing for 3 months. It's about singular focus for maximum return.
And they lay out 5 distinct paths. But again, you only choose one to be your driving focus for the quarter.
Okay, so let's hear them.
Let's start with the hero content moment.
This one makes sense. In the era of social video, this is about picking a signature dish or a cocktail that is inherently a visual spectacle.
Correct. The algorithm rewards performance, and people share experiences, not just, plain menu descriptions. A dish that demands a photo is instant, zero-cost ad spend.
Like the classic examples, Salt Bae, sprinkling salt, or dramatic flaming dessert prepared right at the table.
Exactly. Or even for a casual spot, it could be an all-you-can-eat challenge that just begs to be filmed. You turn your diners into your marketers just by designing a memorable experience.
Okay, so path number 2 is inviting the critics. This is less about spectacle.
Much less. This is more about confirming quality. If you are genuinely confident that you do one thing better than anyone else in your area, maybe it's a specific regional cuisine or a truly exceptional wine list, you lean into that.
You invite the local food critics, respected bloggers.
Right, because a positive review from a trusted voice provides instant credibility that can take years to build on social media alone.
Now, path 3 involves influencers, but the
Mhm.
source has a pretty big caveat here. It says, stop chasing global fame.
You need local engagement, not millions of irrelevant followers. The focus must be on local micro-influencers, people who actually live in your neighborhood.
It's about hyper-local reach.
That's it. Treat them to a complimentary meal in exchange for some authentic coverage. You focus on people who are genuinely passionate about your community.
All right, path 4, design for the feed. This one sounds a little expensive. We're talking about a physical investment in the space itself, not just an appetizer.
We are, but it's marketing expense that's built right into your decor budget. People buy with their eyes, and often the atmosphere is the product.
The sources cite that example, right, of the customer booking a high-end dinner just because his wife loved the restaurant's Christmas decor she saw on Instagram.
Exactly. Invest in that eye-catching mural, or the neon sign, or seasonal floral displays that are specifically designed to be photo backdrops. It gives customers the prop they need to share their experience.
That's brilliant, but it does sound like a massive capital expenditure for a small restaurant. Do the sources address the ROI on that?
They do. They argue that if you calculate the lifetime value of every new customer who visits because of that mural, it quickly dwarfs the cost of running, say, monthly paid ad campaigns that may or may not reach the right people.
So it's a one-time investment for passive, ongoing marketing.
That's the idea. And finally, path 5 is leveraging legacy media. In other words, don't write off traditional PR.
Interesting.
This is great for building what I'd call institutional trust. You can use services like Adoro, Help a Reporter Out, which is basically a free matchmaking service, instantly connects you with journalists looking for expert sources.
So you could offer comments on food trends, supply chain issues, local hiring.
Anything. And that gets your restaurant's name featured in newspapers or on local morning shows, building instant, high-quality credibility.
That singular focus is powerful. But focusing purely on acquisition is pointless if we can't keep those new customers. So how do the sources suggest we pivot that energy toward long-term loyalty?
We circle right back to that fundamental truth. It is significantly cheaper to retain an existing customer than it is to acquire a new one.
It always comes back to that.
Always. The loyalty program, or mechanism, it exists purely to reduce the friction of decision-making. So when a person is hungry and trying to decide where to go, a good loyalty program just tips the scale in your favor.
And just like with marketing, the execution of that program has to be tailored. Is it a necessity or a want?
Precisely. For casual, high-frequency places, simplicity is king.
So think about the office worker who grabs lunch 3 times a week.
For them, the classic buy 10, get 1 free card stamping system just works. It provides a clear, visual goal they can track. You're rewarding frequency and volume simply and predictably.
But for the upscale environments, a stamp card, that cheapens the whole luxury experience, doesn't it?
It absolutely does. The loyalty mechanism there has to be more subtle. It needs to feel exclusive.
Like an earned gesture, not just a discount code.
Exactly. This could be sending a personalized email offer for a complimentary dessert during their birthday month. Or slipping a small, elegant card in with the check offering an incentive like 20% off if they return within 30 days.
Ah, so you're encouraging that crucial, profitable second visit.
Right, without reducing the perceived value of the initial binding experience.
So we've nailed our major growth strategy, and we have the mechanism for turning new visitors into regulars. But neither of those works if the daily, unglamorous prep work of marketing the routine just falls apart.
And this is the massive reality check the sources deliver. Marketing a restaurant isn't all spectacular visual moments.
No.
It's grinding out the basics consistently. It's the baseline activity you need just to stay relevant in the age of algorithms.
And this checklist, it sounds crushing. If I'm an owner wearing 5-hat, chef, manager, accountant, waiter, how is it physically possible to handle this grind and still manage the kitchen?
It's a huge challenge.
What are the 6 non-negotiables we have to get right?
Right, first, you must post on social regularly. The algorithm punishes silence. It pushes you out of sight. You have to show up daily just to stay top of mind.
Second,
Maintain a functional website. It sounds so obvious, but hungry people are impatient. They need the menu, the hours, and a simple booking link. no complex animations, and it absolutely must be mobile friendly.
Right, because if I have to click 3 times just to find your hours,
Yeah.
I've already ordered Uber Eats from the place down the street.
Precisely.
Oh.
Which brings us to number 3, be contactable. Customers expect instant answers via chat, text, or email, even when the front of house is slammed or the kitchen is closed.
4.
Enforce consistent design. Visual consistency, from the look of your menu to your Instagram feed to the sign on your front door, it all builds trust and brand familiarity.
Number 5, video content. This feels unavoidable now.
It is. You don't need a viral hit every week, but you cannot ignore video. Simple clips work wonders. Show food prep, the dining room atmosphere during a rush, meet the staff.
It helps potential diners visualize the experience.
Exactly. It overcomes that uncertainty about walking through your door for the first time. And finally, number 6, assess and adapt. Owners spend so much time working in the business, tackling the immediate crisis.
They never take time to work on it.
They don't.
Yeah.
You have to dedicate time to review what strategies are actually working and be willing to pivot if they're not.
That list of daily needs is, that's a full-time marketing manager's job. And this is the core conflict that sinks so many independent restaurants, isn't it?
It is.
The reality of being too busy to market while knowing that marketing is the only thing that keeps the lights on.
The conflict is absolutely undeniable. You know you need to post daily and respond to chats, but you're just too busy managing staff and getting food out. That reality is the catalyst for the final insight in the source material.
Which is?
You must find a way to automate this consistency.
So relying on technology to bridge that gap between what you intend to do and what you actually execute.
That's it. The sources point out that any tool that automates a consistent presence, whether it's advanced scheduling software or a dedicated AI system, is crucial. They describe AI systems built to act as a fractional marketing team, handling that daily grind automatically.
So what does that kind of automation actually handle in practice?
It manages that whole exhausting consistency checklist. It can plan your content calendar, create and post on-brand videos and graphics, and even respond to customer messages 24/7.
Wow.
In multiple languages like English and Spanish, ensuring no potential reservation is missed just because someone wasn't there to answer a Facebook message at 10 p.m.
That's powerful. It removes the guilt about being silent, but more importantly, the cost of a missed opportunity.
It completely flips the script. The technology ensures the restaurant shows up consistently, professionally, and engaged all autonomously.
And this frees up the human owner.
It frees them up to focus on those high-level growth strategies we discussed earlier. Courting food critics, redesigning the patio, while the AI handles the exhausting daily necessities.
So the ultimate promise here is getting 10 hours of your week back?
Yeah.
Enough time to step out of the frantic day-to-day and actually start working on the business.
That's it.
Applying your brain power to growth, not just survival.
That time return is the crucial metric. You handle the high-level strategy and the quality of the food. The automation handles the noise and the consistency.
So let's bring this deep dive home. We've seen a clear 3-step recipe for sustainable restaurant revenue growth. Step 1, strategy.
Yeah, one thing.
Nail one thing for 90 days, whether that's a viral dessert or leveraging a legacy media feature.
Step 2 is retention. You have to reduce decision friction with a loyalty program, making sure it's tailored to whether you're a necessity, like a simple stamp card, or a luxury with a personalized status gesture.
And step 3, consistency. Grind out the basics every single day. And if you can't do it, find a system to automate the posting, the contactability, and the video creation.
The ultimate recipe here is really 90 days of focused effort on your chosen acquisition strategy, followed by a system to make sure those new faces keep coming back. Success really comes down to understanding your specific customer's motivation.
Why do they choose you today?
And what exactly will you do tomorrow to ensure they want to return?
The source material advised owners to spend time working on the business, not just in it. Now that you have these specific tactics and the knowledge of how to automate that daily grind, the question for you, the listener, is this. What is the one thing you could implement tomorrow that would give you the most valuable 10 hours back?
That's something to mull over.
Indeed. We'll see you in the next deep dive.